All right, I want to show you guys how I transfer my May 15th through 21st weekly spread into your own journal. Here's the measurement file, and it has the numbers across the top and down the side, and that's exactly what I do in my journal. I'll do it by fives through the top and down the side, also by fives. So it's easier to transfer when you're actually deciding to do it. This is going to be the final version. That's what I hope for it to look like at the end. And I haven't put in a book yet, so this is the first time too for me. And you can go to lifebywhitney.com and get this to follow along with. I also include a notes file that shows how I use everything, and the My Version file, which looks like that, so you can just print it and use it if you want to. So let's get started. So on this one I list steps, and on the first one it says divide the height of your notebook in squares by 7. So that's 7 days, and the whole full height is 38 squares. So I got 5.43 squares. And then I'm going to pencil in these horizontal lines that are about that width apart, so you can kind of tell where I put the lines from the measurements, but if you have a different size journal you might need to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to do one at about a little over 5. Okay, so now I have these sections here I can work with. I'm going to draw these horizontal lines. I'm going to start them about in between 5 and 6, so that's about right here. Just right before 6 actually is where I'm going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pen on this. Now I'm going to get the bottom close to that line, but not all the way to it. So I don't want to go over this line, I want an even little space in between. And I get this circle template in the mail. So I'm going to go to number 3, and it says round your number, like my 5.3, down to figure out how wide you want the weather circles. That's what these circles are going to be for, is tracking the weather. So around 5.43 down, it's 5, so each circle is going to be about 5 wide. And I'm just going to use this and kind of use the same one for each one, just a little bit smaller than the space you have, and I want to center it. Okay, and all I'm going to do here is just connect these little points to the circles. I'll use my ruler for that. I'll just have a central point to the circle that I want to aim for. I'll draw it in with a pen or a pencil. So just the center of the circle. And that's where my ruler will land, but I'm just going to fill out the small part. Alright, so that part is already almost finished, besides the headers. So I'm going to move on to the right page. Now at the top here I'm going to have the week's best, and you can track really whatever you want to. Then I'm going to have a space for this week and next week to-dos, a note spot, a steps spot, and then a mood and energy tracker, and I will make a key for that too. So I kind of explain how I go through the process of making this, just to make it even. So it says draw a dot 10 squares down on both sides. So I'm going to start with that. So 10. Same thing on the other side. Draw a dot midway across, which is 13 across for me, and 3 down. And then 1 in each corner. And then 1 about in between 15 and 16. It's going to be where these stop. So now I'm just going to connect the dots. All to this middle one. I've already realized it looks different. So I'll do one down the center. And then right underneath it, I'm gonna have the this week and next week spot. And the header's 1 tall, and then the spot is 5 tall. So I'm gonna do 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then right underneath that is my notes section, the step section, and then the mood and energy tracker, and that's what I'm gonna start with. So this header for steps is 3 wide and 2 tall, so I'm gonna start with that one. And this actually goes all the way down except for 1. You're gonna have 1 blank line down there. And then it continues straight from the middle. And these squares here, I'm gonna make these into squares, and they're gonna be the labels for the days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this box here is going to be a notes section to just write down things throughout the week that I think about and want to keep up with. And down here I'm going to have the tracker for my mood and energy. So I'll start with 0, 10. And take this line away from my header. I didn't mean to put that there. Okay, so I'll start out with my headers for these. And I will link all the supplies I use in the description, but this is the Tombow pen I'm using for this header. And I just start in the middle so I can keep it centered. Use these clickable stamps on here for the now and later headers. Then I'm going to add the days on this side. I'm going to make the note section too. Go ahead and write the title in here. And all I need over here are the dates, or the days. So I think I'm gonna use this new date stamp this is from Michaels, but I'll see if I can find one online that I can link to. And all it is, you can just change up the dates for whichever day it is. So I'm gonna try this on here. All right, and feel free to customize your week's best, what you want to track, songs, foods, memories. You can really track whatever you want to, TV shows, etc. But there is the final product of the 15th through 21st. If you're interested, this is part of my May bundle, and it's got 5 other weekly spreads and a May monthly. This is the May monthly, and for each one you get the My version, the measurement file, the notes file, the no header version that's without the date, so you can use it anytime. You can just print it off and use it any week out of the year. This is something new that I've added, is the My lettering, and you can just print it off and use it for yourself. And also the blank version, which has nothing on it at all, no text, so you can make your own. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time.